Hiski, Arahanya Manafinya Proshko. Hi, my name's Jim Diedlow, host of AM 1230 WJOB and 104.7 FM. And also streaming live on the TuneIn apps. We're also live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and video. And I'm standing out here on Indianapolis Boulevard, and it is a balmy 66 degrees. I can't tell you how nice that is. It really is. Froze my ass off out here every morning all winter long. And now it's just beautiful out. A little cloudy, but hey, what are you gonna do? Not really rainy. And every once in a while, you just have to enjoy that. But this is the JED in America segment of the morning show. We come out here until about 6 o'clock in the morning here, Central Time. And I would just talk about stuff going on around everywhere. And then I go inside and I do a normal, just local radio show. But right now, there's no cars on Indianapolis Boulevard. So I'm going to walk on out here, at least going southbound on US 41 or toward US 41. And then all these people are going to the work in the mills, you know, and then they're going to the refineries, and they're going to work at a hospital, and some of them teach high school, and then next thing you know, there's a big truck, and there's two of them, YRC, and then Martinez Trucking. Big truck! Big truck! All right, I better probably get out of the road here. Hey, let's take a look at just some of the stuff. Hey, thanks for beeping! Kalanya and Wonohiski! And that is region for Happy Friday. Hey, I left my reading glasses in there, so this is going to be in every other. If someone could retrieve my reading glasses for me, one of the producers, let's see if one of them's going to do it. Attorney, let's talk about, what are we going to talk about? I guess we should lead off with Trump. No, let's lead off with something here that's happening in Indiana that may have national consequences. And that, hey, big truck, Indiana passed a law to kind of put some handcuffs on doctors who do abortions. And there has been, ACLU has challenged this, and I think reasonably successfully so far. But Attorney General Curtis Hill, who is just kind of likes to go his own way. Do we have any Fleetwood Mac? Go your own way! Attorney General Curtis Hill issued the following statement today pertaining to comments made by 3 of Indiana's 91 elected prosecuting attorneys in regard to Indiana Senate Enrolled Act 340. The Marion County, the Monroe County, and Lake County prosecutors have issued a statement apparently stating they will not defend the state in a lawsuit in which they have been named as defendants, namely the recent filing of a constitutional challenge of the Indiana law requiring practitioners to report complications from abortions. To their credit, my friends and former colleagues are right. To their credit, my friends and former colleagues are right. They will not defend the state. I will. I am well aware of the proper role of the prosecuting attorneys, as well as my responsibilities as Attorney General. The protestations of Mr. Curry and the other prosecutors, let's see, Curry, Gall, and Carter are the guys, regarding their being drawn into this type of litigation might find a more sympathetic ear with the plaintiff, the ACLU, which chose these 3 defendants who, if they had the authority, would concede the case. How convenient and disingenuous. If the 3 prosecutors want out of this case, they can ask their friends at the ACLU to dismiss them out. As for the defense of the state of Indiana and the decisions on how to proceed in this case, I will make that call. One of the reasons I bring that up is Curtis Hill is being very vocal and kind of going his own way, and certainly following in the, I interview him every other Wednesday, and there is no shortage of Trump-like openness. It is an openness that started right over here just a couple blocks away with Hammond Mayor Tom McDermott, and it has bounced to the national scene with Donald Trump, and it's come back home with Curtis Hill. All right, let's see what else do we have here. Hey, how about Cosby and Roman Polanski no longer part of Hollywood's most important organization, the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences. The group behind the Academy Awards has voted to expel, hey, Big Chuck, the actor and director from its membership, according to a statement. The board continues to encourage ethical standards that require members to uphold the Academy's values and respect for human dignity. Cosby, of course, was found guilty last week on 3 counts of aggravated assault, although he's more strongly associated with television. Cosby was a longtime member of the Academy for his work in film, but he never won an Oscar. He did star in a dozen movies, including Jack, The Meteor Man, and Fat Albert. Whoa! I'm Fat Albert! Anyways, Polanski fled the U.S. in 1978 after being charged with statutory rape of a 13-year-old girl. He has continued filmmaking in Europe. He won the Oscar in 2003 for what? Do you remember? All right, you better say this word correctly. You guys ready? Make sure I'm saying it correctly, and I've got good diction. Oh my gosh, there's an image in the night. How you doing, Bobby? Hey, you know, it's like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Tree, 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 tree. Anyways, what was I talking about? I was talking about Cosby and Polanski, and it's gotten really windy here. It's a twister! No, it's not. It's just, don't even joke about that, because we have plenty of calamity going on with the earth right now in Hawaii. And I wonder if a guy by the name of Kenny Angotti, the pride of the east side of Chicago, will come in and tell us if he knows anything about this volcano. Hundreds of people were evacuated after Hawaii's Kaluuya volcano erupted Thursday, sending lava and steam shooting into the air and oozing down residential streets. I believe Jimmy Mulaney's going to put up a little video of that. I gave him a link on it. Footage shown on local television showed lava spurting from a crack in a road in Leilani Estates, located near the town of Pahoa on the Big Island. Aerial drone footage showed a line of lava snaking through a forest. So, good morning. How are you? Can we see that yet? Is it up? Yes, there it is. There's the line of lava streaking through a forest. Father's hunting in the forest. And what else do we got going on here? And I would like to talk about what's going on with the Chicago White Sox. They suck. They really do. But last night, Trace Thompson hit a home run and they won. And I think that Jimmy Mulaney is going to play that clip right now so we can either hear it and or I think you got to put up Augs on the board maybe so I could hear it. But Sanchez takes a, you know how you're supposed to grab a Gatorade cooler and pour it on somebody else? I think he got confused. I mean, I'm dyslexic. I know what it is. You're supposed to do something one way and then you wind up doing it exactly the opposite way. So, hey, what are you gonna do? Nice horn! And go build something. And he got confused and he poured it on himself. Are we gonna see that or not? What's taking you so long? Anyways, there it is. You know what? I mean, I get confused here. I'm supposed to make fun of other people. And then since I'm out here by myself, who am I going to make fun of? The Mustang going drive by? Hey, you muffler, fix it. Or how about this big truck driver? Hey, what's your cab smell like right now? Farts and cigarettes? I don't know. I mean, they can't even hear me. So I just got to make fun of myself, huh? Time for a haircut, by the way, this weekend. All right. What else we got going on? I do want to read some more White Sox because they have, remember Charlie Finley? Around here in Indiana, if you go out east on the toll road, he used to have a place right on, like near LaPorte, Indiana. And he was the most innovative marketer ever in baseball, right along with Bill Veeck. Bill Veeck. And, but I think the newest Reinsdorf promotion is pretty cool. You guys ready? Can you get the photo of these guys that are going to be, I think they got the picture, as part of an effort to boost attendance by offering a more up-close and personal experience. The Chicago White Sox announced a new promotion Thursday that puts the first 9 fans arriving at the ballpark in the starting lineup. Starting next week, says Reinsdorf, we will bring down several lucky fans for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet their favorite players on the field and then take their place in the starting lineup for a full 9 innings. Now, that's according to Chairman Jerry Reinsdorf. Each of the fans will receive a complimentary hat, pair of cleats, and scouting reports before representing the White Sox against the best players in the major leagues. Quote, fans should try and make it here as early as possible because the very first person we see in the parking lot will be thrown onto the mound for the chance to go 7 innings as our starting pitcher. One honor student from a local school will fulfill big league dreams by managing the team. And don't worry if you can't make it this week, because this promotion will be running every White Sox home game this season. Reinsdorf added that a few people would enjoy the unforgettable memories of representing the White Sox while also providing a much better experience for fans watching in the stands. Okay, well, that was not for me. I didn't write that. That was The Onion, and I couldn't resist because wouldn't you like to pitch a few innings? I could still throw the ball 69 miles an hour. And there's no innuendo, 8th grade innuendo into that speed. But 69, and let's see, if I really, really hit it hard right now at the age of 56, I could probably hit the ball 320 feet to center field, which would be a can of corn known in the local baseball vernacular. But Johnny Selzider, who's running for an office here, he could probably still throw a left-handed pitch at about 78 miles an hour. Ah, Hasse Construction! Yes, since what year is Hasse Construction? I'll bet that truck driver doesn't even know. Actually, Hasse Construction is older than WJOB, and WJOB is either since 1923 or 1924. As we get closer to our 100-year anniversary, we will find out. I've had conflicting reports, kind of like I've had fake news. All right, so I did a few real stories and one fake one just because I'm fake. I'm fake news. But the thing we can't make up is the Donald Trump saga, and it just continues on. And one of the things that I've been talking about from the beginning is the forsaking of the truth. And sorry about that. It's my little fat roll on the side, and it gets over on my thing there. And before we go on and talk about the truth, we need to talk to Kenny and Gotti, and let's talk to him on Live 599. Hey, nice. Hey, what are you going to clear your throat like MX now, or what?
No.
What's up?
No, but about 10 hours ago, I was talking to some gal at Brewfest, and she says, "Oh, we're talking about the station." She goes, "Oh, hey, my name's Mad." I said, "Oh, my name's Mad Max." You're Mad Max. I go, no. I do that all the time. People, you should hear the comebacks, But
you know what? It's really weird. You would be surprised how many people ask me what he's like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, pretty much what you hear on the air. He's he's just kind of an unlikable character, but he's kind of funny. So take what you want.
He's a good guy. Deep down, he's a good guy.
So what's?
Jim, I heard you talk about Kilauea, the volcano. I haven't heard anything. What a hot area down there. Volcanoes National Park on the Big Island of Hawaii. And, oh boy, that was the hot area, man. They keep building down there, and it's like the Wild Wild West down there, Jim. It's nuts,
Well, what is all right? So let's look at it. Jimmy, put that fault line up there again with that volcano. I mean, it looks like a desolate part of New Mexico. I mean,
Yes.
there's nobody
It's
around
all
there until there's just like one subdivision, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's little pockets of little subdivisions, but it's just a real, it's a cheap area, Jim. Everybody, oh, I live in Hawaii. Well, I mean, we lived in Maui. It's night and day. But on a big island, you can go to the big island and pick up land. You can grab, 2 acres for 10, 12 grand and build basically build a shack. So a lot of people do that down there, but you can't I don't think you get insurance on your house, and so it's a real rough area, man.
It sounds like parts of the region.
Yeah, well, and the biggest thing is, Jim, there's no water. You got to catch your water. So everybody have like, you got to catch your water from the gutters and stuff. So you got little swimming pools, and that's your water source. Then you got to clean it and filter it and all that. But it's pretty tough living. But I always said, hey, if you're gonna be homeless, might as well go to Hawaii.
All right, so I'm sorry for the background noise, guys. It's just I need a new noise canceling microphone, but I like the street sound, so we haven't done it. But so let's put it. It's on the Big Island, and this thing is kind of ripped open in the earth, and it's spewing this lava, and all these like 2,000 people had to leave their homes, and I mean. What happens in that situation? What do they do? Do they got to wait? How long do they got to wait? I mean...
Yeah, you know what, Jim? When I went there in 78, it started again in 79. And we went there. A bunch of us went there. Big Island. There's like a Sheraton it's called Volcano's National Park. And we seen, Jimmy, I swear to God, I'm not BS, 1,000-foot high, like just fire, lava just shooting up in the air. It was unbelievable. So it was like a big party. Everybody's going up there to see it, But yeah, you have to evacuate like yesterday. Otherwise, you get a chance to, you get burned. My God, lava's so hot, and But yeah, it just takes it takes everything. It's just a slow moving, just what you would think, lava flow. It's pretty incredible. Like
did you tell people, did you go up and say, hey, this lava ain't nothing? I grew up on the east side, man. There's this like encroaching ooze out of the Little Cal and the Grand Calumet rivers around the region.
Oh yeah. Hey, I always miss when you talk about the Elmores, because we were on the same block, and they were funny. They were nuts, They used to jump out their second story into a pool, and nobody ever broke their neck, but they're quite the family, great family.
We'll tell. You know what? I got one member of that family that doesn't like that I tell stories about them, and I don't want you to say the name, but I think you'll know who it is. All right, man. Kenny, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it, buddy.
All right,
I knew you would. Talk to you. All right, guys, let's take a look now, a final look here, and we wouldn't be morning without the national circus. And President Trump and his new lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, may have exposed the president to legal risk by acknowledging that Trump reimbursed his longtime lawyer, Michael Cohen, for the $130,000 that was used to silence, I love saying this, ready? Porn star Stormy Daniels. At the same time we get that, we get the other enjoyment of a big truck. What's up, man? He was waving, he's listening. You know what? That is Star Disposal. They run on natural gas trucks, and you can smell that slight natural gas. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's coming from under my suit coat here. All right, here, let's see what we have here. If Trump knew about Cohen's payment to Daniels, but didn't disclose it as a loan on his campaign's filings with the Federal Election Commission, that could amount to a knowing and willful violation of election law and a criminal statute that prohibits making false statements to the governor, said Paul Ryan, a top lawyer with Common Cause. There are so many possible legal questions. We covered some of them with David Gladish yesterday on JED in the Region. But really what this gets to is Trump kind of denied all of it, and now it comes out like, well, maybe I did, you know, all right, maybe we did just, you know, maybe I did pay him back. I thought you said you didn't. I thought you said you didn't have an affair with her. I mean, the issue is that, is Donald Trump doing a good job? In certain aspects, he really is he really is kind of pushing the envelope in Washington, which needed to happen. And then maybe on the foreign relations side, it's yet to be seen, but it's possible he could write some pretty good chapters for America there. There's one major danger in America right now. And we've been talking about this from the beginning. It's almost like a Kurt Vonnegut novel. Vonnegut was always like poking fun at like people who like made up stuff. You know the Book of Volcano? What was that one? That one is not God Bless You, Mr. Rosewater. Anyways, the Book of Volcano, everybody follows the Book of Volcano. And it's just like some kind of like Rastafarian dude who just makes stuff up and doesn't really have any coherent dogma or ideology, but everybody follows the Book of Volcano. All right, I'm gonna have to look up what that's from, okay? But anyways, it's like we have the Book of Volcano going, where truth does not really matter. Because, like, you're sitting in a bar, right? And a guy's telling a story, and you're standing there, and it's like one of your friends, if you're a guy. Hey, Big Chuck! Say you're a guy, okay? And if you're a woman, you can, like, turn it around in some way, all right? But you're a guy, and you go into a bar, and you're sitting there with your wife, and then some guy comes up to you that you've known from a long time ago. And he starts telling you all these stories about, like, how great he is, you know what I mean? And all the things that he's done. And you're like, yeah, I'll listen to the stories. I know what the guy's all about. He likes talking about himself. He likes telling us how great he is and all the things he has and all the money he's made and all the fun, you know, top friends he has. And you're like, yeah, that's kind of cool. I like listening to it. It's funny. And then your wife, the guy goes to the bathroom, and your wife goes, why are you listening to that blowhard? You know what I mean? And you're like, well, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of interesting, and, you know, I like to laugh, and he's kind of funny. And, you know, he has done some things. Yeah, but she's like, I don't even think half that stuff true. And then that's where you go like this. Does it really matter? What's the difference? It's all fun and games until somebody gets hurt. Well, that's what's happened in, hey, what's going on? I mean, there's a similar argument to be made about false body parts or artificial body parts, but we won't go that direction. So the issue of the truth, now you would think that here, since, you know, I'm standing out on Indianapolis Boulevard, and we've been a radio station since 1923 or 24, that like truth would be like some sanctimonious dogma. We promise every day 24/7 to seek the truth. What if the truth is shifting? You know what I mean? Or what if the truth doesn't really matter as much as other stuff, like sticking it to the other political party, or having a little fun, or, you know, beating your chest and saying that, you know, we need to dominate. Whatever it is that you want to get done, the truth becomes secondary to what you want to get done. And it's just how it is. Let's hear how Sarah Huckabee Sanders handles the truth, and then we'll end with this, and I'll walk in. This is a reporter heckling Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Ryan, you're really going to have to turn this up so we can hear it. I'm Jim Delo. I'm out on Indianapolis Boulevard. I'm going to turn my mic off, and we're going to watch Sarah Huckabee try to have this philosophical discussion of the truth. And like I said, you know, the wife says, hey, I think half that stuff's not true. And you're like, does it really matter? And I think that's kind of how Sarah Huckabee kind of goes at it. I'm Jim Delo, standing out on Indianapolis Boulevard. This is the JED in America segment on AM 1230, WJOB on 104.7 FM in Hammond, Indiana. Also in live and video on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Bud Light! I'll be right back on the other side with JED in the region. See ya.
Can I ask you, when the president so often says things that turn out not to be true, when the president and the White House show what appears to be a blatant disregard for the truth, how are the American people to trust or believe what is said here or what is said by the president?
We give the very best information that we have at the time. I do that every single day, and will continue to do that every day I'm in this position.
But the president, I mean, when the story first happened, came out that Ty Cobb would be leaving and Emmett Flood would be coming in. The president said fake news, said it was not true. When he talked about the prisoners in North Korea, he said the previous administration had been, failed to get them out. These two of them were taken prisoner while Donald Trump was president. And obviously the totally conflicting statements on the Stormy Daniels payment. And these are statements that are just not true.
When it comes to North Korea, I think you could also look at Otto Warmbier, who was detained during a previous administration, as was one of the current detainees. And so that would reflect the president's comments that he made. When it comes to the last instance that you mentioned, as Mayor Giuliani stated, this wasn't something that was initially known, but later learned. And again, we give the best information possible at the time, and we're going to continue to do that every single day.
He started paying back Michael Cohen back in February of last year. I mean, the reimbursement was happening long before the president was asked about this.
Is that a question or?
But I'm saying, I mean, how could he not have known he was paying him back?
Again, I'm not going to get into those details, and I would refer you back to the statements, pretty lengthy statements made by Giuliani both last night and this morning, as well as the president's tweets where they've both spoken about that. Jim?